What's going on, YouTube? Even if you have never owned one, chances are you have at least been in a Toyota Camry or Honda Accord. These have long been two of the most popular family vehicles in America. And even though sedans have fallen below crossovers lately in sales figures, make no mistake, these two are immensely important models to each brand respectively. Last year, Honda introduced an all-new version of the Accord, and Toyota is bringing out the all-new 2025 Camry to battle it right now. So which of these two new midsize sedans is going to come out on top? Let's compare them to find out. Alright, so as always, let's start by quickly mentioning the pricing and equipment. Today we'll be using the loaded models of both. So for the Accord, that will be the Touring. Honda doesn't really do any option packages, so the final price is $5 under 40 grand after destination. Now for the all-new Camry, Toyota lets you have more control over what design and features you want. The top trim XSE starts out quite a bit less expensive, but after you add in the Premium Plus package, the fully loaded price is also right at $40,000. By the way, if you want to get the best price from local dealerships and access to invoice pricing information for these two models or any vehicle, we have a tool on our website to do just that. It's a great tool for shopping, so make sure you check the link in the description for more info. If you're new to our comparisons, we conduct them objectively. We have done our best to weigh the points awarded throughout in major and minor categories, and towards the end, we will revisit the price difference and go over a new thing we are adding to our comparisons: reliability and resale value information. But for now, let's go ahead and get started with the exteriors. Last year, with the Accord redesign, Honda pretty radically changed the look. They took a big step from the sportier look to a more mature design, with a simple grille up front. Now the all-new Camry, on the other hand, stays with a sportier design, especially on the XSE. While not a huge departure from the outgoing generation, it has a wider and more aggressive grille that is finished in body color. As far as lighting, XSE gets the premium arrangement with all elements being LED. The Accord also has completely LED front lighting, but the Camry is a more premium projector LED headlight versus a reflector on the Accord. Now heading to the side, the Camry actually remains almost exactly the same as the previous generation, and is about 2 inches shorter than the Accord. We will see if that impacts interior space later on in this comparison, but for now, know that both have 19-inch alloy wheels. One exclusive feature for the Camry, though, is the option of having a two-tone paint scheme with a black roof. The same deal applies to the rear as well, with the Camry looking aggressive and the Accord going for a new, mature, and sophisticated design that many Hondas have recently been adopting. Part of that look involves deleting exposed exhaust outlets on all trims, which the Camry does retain, and both of them have full LED taillights. Now heading on to some of the other features, both models have heated mirrors with blind spot monitoring. And let's talk about the other important safety features. Honda and Toyota both include their entire safety suites as standard equipment, so all models will have full speed adaptive cruise control systems, auto high beam headlights, lane keeping assist, automatic emergency braking systems, and even traffic jam assists. Alright, so that's it for the exteriors, which means it's now time to check out the more important cabins before we compare them out on the road.
If you're new here, we're brothers, and we've been reviewing cars since we were 12
and 16. We may be young, but we love cars.
And we'd love for you to subscribe to be a part of our Car Confections family. Let's learn a lot, have some fun with all the latest cars.
So first, walking up to the cars, both include smart entry systems, but only Accord has remote start on the fob included free for life. Once we actually reach the interiors, the designs and features have a lot of similarities and differences. Starting with the seats, both have black leather as equipped, and have 10 ways of power adjustment. Only the Accord has memory seating, but both of them do have heating and ventilation at this price point. Once inside, we can talk about the cabin materials as a whole. In this regard, both are good and about equal with soft touch plastics and leatherette in all the commonly touched areas. We will give partial credit to the Accord for having leather padding on the console in the Touring trim. After starting up the vehicles, you'll now find full digital gauge clusters on both sedans, now that the Camry has added that for 2025. Additionally, both have head-up displays, so you don't have to even take your eyes off the road. Coming back to the steering wheels, they are both leather-wrapped and manually adjusting, but only the Camry has heating in the US market. But Accord fights back with rain-sensing wipers. Okay, so the next thing to talk about is interior storage. Honestly, the two are pretty much neck and neck, both having giant center consoles and plenty of storage up front. In that front storage, you can wirelessly charge your phones. Storage is excellent despite the fact that both models resist the trend to move to electronic shifters. And when in reverse, we have an important distinction. The Accord does not offer a 360-degree camera system like the one that the Camry has. The next place to stop are the climate controls, where both sedans have dual-zone automatic functionality. And then we also have the audio systems. Let's go ahead and hear a sample. The Camry's JBL is fine, but the Bose system on the Accord has the more detailed sound and bass from its additional 3 speakers. And now that brings us to the displays and infotainment. The redesigned Camry moved the screen to the top of the dash, allowing them to upsize it to the same 12.3 inches as the Accord has. Critically, both sedans now support wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. But as far as software is concerned, the Accord's is more robust, since it has Google Apps built natively into the system. And wrapping up the front of the cabin, Toyota is the only one with home-linked universal remotes on the auto-dimming mirror, and it also has a panoramic sunroof, which is something that is not offered on the Accord. Now moving on to the back seats. Both are very spacious, but since the Camry didn't grow for this new generation, the Accord will maintain its legroom advantage of about 7%. Once in the back, there are some features to keep everyone comfortable, more so in the Honda. Both have rear vents, fold-down armrests, and USB ports for charging, but only the Accord has heated back seats as well. Just like the rear seats, Accord's extra length pays off in the trunks. It has 16.7 cubic feet of capacity, versus 15.1 cubic feet in the Camry, and both of the model seats can fold down. Alrighty, that's it for the interiors, but now let's see if one of them has a big advantage out on the road. Now when we look under the hoods, both of these two sedans are taking bold powertrain strategies. On the Accord, all but the lowest 2 trims are exclusively hybrid, and on this 2025 Camry, every trim is a hybrid now. That is obviously going to impact the drive experiences, and we would say in a positive way. Power figures are higher than what is expected in this class, with 204 horsepower from the Accord's 2-liter hybrid system, and about 12% more power from the Camry's 2.5-liter hybrid system, at 232 horsepower. The electric torque feels nice, getting both of them off the line and to 60 miles per hour in under 7 seconds.
Alright, we're off to the races here with the Touring all-new Honda Accord. Now, of course, as you've heard numerous times heading up to this point, the Touring model, as well as most of the trim levels in the all-new Accord's lineup, is going to be hybrid exclusive. So what you're going to get is Honda's new 4th generation 2-motor hybrid system. That's going to be combining a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine with 2 electric motors, as you would expect, And total system output here is 204 horsepower, 247 pound-feet of torque. All right, 60
Nice.
miles an hour. Now we were going downhill a little bit, but pretty impressive.
Yeah, I have to say that was a very quick acceleration to 60 for a midsize.
Yeah, for sure. Now, of course, that's been very publicized, and we've talked about it a little bit leading up to this drive, but, you know, once again, this is a hybrid exclusive powertrain now, so we don't have the straight gas 4-cylinder anymore. We also don't have the V6.
Yeah.
I think we all expected that the V6 would certainly be discontinued with this new generation, so rest in peace V6. It was a lot of fun while it lasted, but not many people bought it, and the times are changing. So we've now gone to the hybrid exclusive system, but this is a new hybrid system for Toyota in the sense that it's the 5th generation.
While these hybrid systems are not the same in their designs, the Camry uses an eCVT, and the Honda also has an eCVT-like experience, even if it technically isn't. We were impressed by the level of responsiveness you get from both of them. But more important is the fact that Toyota is offering all-wheel drive. Using a third electric motor, this improves power from the standard 225 horsepower, gives you more reassurance in inclement weather conditions, is offered on all trims, and is something that is not available on the Accord at all.
Now, as you can probably hear from the accelerations, we do have an eCVT that's typical for Toyota hybrid systems, and it is very responsive overall. I definitely like how quick everything is all working together, and you also heard me mention about the third electric motor, which helps out that all-wheel drive system. This is not a mechanical all-wheel drive system, but that third electric motor will kick in as needed. That's one of the things that helps the all-wheel drive model still to get tremendous efficiency, which we'll talk about in just a second.
Yeah, and you've heard him already say it. One of the other really good things about this Camry is that we're going to continue to have all-wheel drive as an available option, something the Accord cannot get.
As far as the experience driving these two, the 2025 Camry makes big improvements and catches up to the Accord. As you may know if you watch our channel often, the Accord has long been a favorite for its handling and sporty dynamic. But after driving the new Camry on a canyon back road, it also now has the button-down feel when cornering, and the steering is nicely weighted and fast responding. It's great that both models are emphasizing dynamics now more than ever.
Getting into some curves here, so I'm going to flip it back into sport mode here, and let's talk about driving dynamics. Now, of course, one of the things that Honda really has always been good at doing is baking in some good driving dynamics into the Accord, even though it is still family focused and comfortable. It's giving me a good time to talk about the dynamics. So I'm definitely feeling some improvements here for this new generation. It was already a pretty agile midsize sedan, and Toyota, I think, has really dialed it in even more. We're really, taking these corners pretty aggressively. Grip is pretty good. Handling, nice and balanced. The steering obviously is going to be on the lighter side of things, but yet it's still very precise. You can see I get that instant response as I go around the corners. Mason just cycled me into sport mode. We'll see if that feels any different. Just kind of dials it up just a little bit more, but overall, it feels very balanced. We're not experiencing much body roll, which I think is really nice.
The increased handling and performance haven't made these sedans hard-edged or anything like that, since both ride nicely with fairly plush ride qualities. The last generation of Accord Touring used to have adaptive dampers for variability, but it does not anymore.
New Camry. And speaking of comfort, let's go ahead and dive into ride quality. Just because we have the XSE does not mean that we have bad ride quality at all. So we've been driving around this Camry all morning long, and I have to say I've been very impressed with the ride quality. It does a great job of soaking up the bumps.
One thing we always like to do here at Car Confections is collect sound level readings so that you can see what models offer the most serene interior environments. While we collected both of these readings on press events outside of our normal Kentucky road, in Southern California, the Camry was the quieter of the two. That's most likely due to the acoustic glass that this XSE has.
Thank you, A-Stick, keeping it at 55. 58 decibels is our semi-official, wow, okay, Car Confections sound level reading. Looks like our official reading is going to be sitting at 62.4 decibels for this Accord.
Finally, as far as fuel economy, both are excellent. However, Toyota outperforms here. Even with all-wheel drive, the Camry XSE gets the same combined MPG rating as the front-wheel drive Accord. The max fuel economy on the Accord Hybrid is 48 mpg on the EXL and 51 mpg on the Camry LE front-wheel drive. In our reviews and comparisons, we are also adding in reliability and resale information to give you a better picture of the overall value beyond just the original MSRP. Beginning with reliability, we developed the Combined Reliability Index, which takes into account several studies from trustworthy sources and combines them in a way that gives you a more realistic picture. Honda and Toyota are two of the highest rated brands, Honda being 13 slots above the industry average, awarding it 1.3 points, and Toyota being the very top brand for reliability, 16 slots above average, giving it 1.6 points. We also put Mason's economics degree to work to develop a detailed predicted resale value tool. After 5 years and 60,000 miles, Honda has the industry's highest predicted resale value of 64.79%, which is slightly higher than Toyota's second highest, 64.5%. With less than a percentage point between them, no points will be awarded here. Resale is obviously important because it determines how much money you get back, but we can't forget about the price difference at the original purchase. The Camry cost $1,300 more than the Accord, which, according to our scale, gives the Honda plus a half point. I want to emphasize that if money, reliability, or resale value matter less to you personally, feel free to disregard these points. And if you'd like to check out all our data about reliability and resale values, as well as learn about our methodology, make sure to head to carconfections.com/resale and /reliability. Buying a car is a big decision, and this is a great place to compare all the makes that you might be cross-shopping.
Alright, so that's it for this comparison, but let's go ahead and talk about who should be your personal winner in this hard-fought battle. So, the Accord should be your winner. If you're really looking for the maximum space, the Accord continues to have more rear leg room as well as trunk space. Also, if you're looking to have a straight gas engine option, that is something you're not going to get with the Camry any longer, and you do have that option with the Accord.
Now, on the flip side of that, the Toyota Camry should be your winner if you want the hybrid powertrain. That's standard on all trim levels, so that's certainly a big benefit. Also, something that's available on the Camry that's not available on Accord is all-wheel drive. So, all-wheel drives across all trim levels, that's another big distinction. Additionally, the Camry offers more premium features, so you're going to have some of those extra level-up features that the Accord cannot offer. Now, we want to know your thoughts down below. Are you taking the all-new 2025 Toyota Camry, or are you taking the Honda Accord? Let us know down below. And guys, that's going to be where we leave off on this comparison. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, we would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button down below. By subscribing, you're going to help us make more comparisons like this, and you're also going to be a part of our Car Confections family. Also, if you're looking to buy a new Accord or Camry or any new vehicle, we would encourage you to go to carconfections.com/newcarquotes. Now, why you do that is because we have a tool on our website that will connect you with local car dealers in your area to get you the best price on your new vehicle. It's also going to give you access to invoice pricing information, which is a great tool for dealer negotiation. A link is provided in our video description. We also have a pinned comment at the top of this video. That's where we're leaving off. We'll catch you next time as we sample more of the latest automotive delicacies.